Kenneth Copeland is a prominent American televangelist and founder of Kenneth Copeland Ministries, with a global reach through television and radio broadcasts, books, and international crusades. Copeland's ministry is known for its emphasis on prosperity theology, which teaches that faith, positive speech, and donations can bring financial and physical blessings. Copeland has built significant political ties, notably supporting former President Donald Trump. He served on Trump's Evangelical Executive Advisory Board, using his platform to advocate for Trump's policies and re-election. This political alignment is evident in his organization, with leaders like his daughter Terry Copeland Pearsons, who have made controversial statements that align with far-right Christian nationalism. The wealth and power amassed by Kenneth Copeland are significant. His ministry's headquarters feature an extensive campus, including a private airstrip and luxury properties. Copeland's personal lifestyle, including his ownership of multiple private jets and a lavish estate, has drawn scrutiny and criticism. Despite this, his teachings on prosperity continue to attract a large following. Copeland's influence extends beyond his immediate ministry, impacting broader evangelical and charismatic movements through his media reach and charismatic leadership. Copeland's rise in the evangelical world is closely tied to the Latter Rain movement, which emerged in the late 1940s and emphasized the restoration of apostolic gifts such as healing and prophecy. A key figure in this movement was William Branham, whose teachings and ministry significantly influenced the doctrines and practices of Latter Rain adherents. Copeland's ministry was deeply influenced by his connection with Oral Roberts, a leading evangelist who was heavily involved in the Latter Rain movement. In 1967, Copeland enrolled at Oral Roberts University, where he worked as a pilot and chauffeur for Roberts. This relationship provided Copeland with direct exposure to the charismatic fervor and healing crusades that were hallmarks of the Latter Rain movement. Oral Roberts, who considered William Branham a friend and spiritual mentor, often incorporated Latter Rain elements into his own ministry, further shaping Copeland's theological foundation. Through his association with Roberts, Copeland was introduced to the broader network of Latter Rain evangelists after Branham had died and the charismatic movement was being formed. The teachings and practices of the Latter Rain movement, particularly its focus on miraculous healings and prophetic utterances, became central to Copeland's message. His early ministry efforts included large revival meetings and healing services, mirroring the approach of Roberts and other Latter Rain leaders. This foundation set the stage for Copeland's later prominence in the Word of Faith and Prosperity gospel movements, linking his ministry directly to the legacy of the Latter Rain revival. Kenneth Copeland is a pivotal figure in the Word of Faith movement, which emphasizes the power of spoken words to manifest physical and financial realities. This doctrine, heavily influenced by William Branham's teachings, asserts that believers can achieve prosperity and health through faith-filled declarations. William Branham's doctrine of spoken word is the original seed, is a foundational element of the Word of Faith movement. Branham taught that words, when spoken in faith, had the creative power to bring forth physical manifestations. This concept resonated with many evangelicals and became a core tenet of the movement. Kenneth Hagin, often considered the father of the Word of Faith movement, was deeply influenced by Branham's teachings. Through Branham and members of his campaign team, the works of E.W. Kenyon, Phineas Quimby, and others swayed the movement towards Gnosticism and metaphysics. As a key figure in the Full Gospel Business Men's Fellowship International, one of the last organizations to support Branham after being labeled as a heretic, Hagin was connected to many men under Branham's influence. T.L. Osborne, for example, who worked closely with Hagin and many members of the Word of Faith and Prosperity gospel, was a member of Branham's Deity cult. Osborne declared at Branham's memorial service that he believed Branham was God in the flesh. Hagin's propagation of the NAR doctrine, which emphasizes the importance of spoken words, was nothing more than a rebranding of Branham's revival themes and marketing strategy. Branham's sermons were sold at FGBMI conventions and other revivals as the spoken word. Kenneth Copeland, a direct disciple of Kenneth Hagin, adopted and expanded these teachings. Copeland's ministry emphasizes that believers can achieve divine health, financial prosperity, and overall success through positive confession and unwavering faith. This message has attracted millions of followers worldwide, making Copeland one of the most influential proponents of the Word of Faith doctrine. Kenneth Copeland is a central figure in the prosperity gospel movement, which teaches that faith and positive confession can lead to financial wealth and physical well-being. Like the Word of Faith, this movement owes much to the positive confession doctrine made popular by cult leader John Alexander Dowie, which entered the latter rain revivals through Gordon Lindsay and F.F. Bosworth. Bosworth mentored Branham on this and similar doctrines that helped build Dowie's multi-million-dollar empire. Though Branham's version did not have a financial component, he and the other leaders of the revival emphasized prosperous health through positive confession. John Osteen, another influential figure in the prosperity gospel movement, was deeply impacted by Branham's teachings. Osteen, who founded Lakewood Church, promoted the idea that believers could receive divine blessings through financial giving and positive confession. His association with the Full Gospel Business Men's Fellowship International helped spread these ideas to a broader audience. Kenneth Copeland integrated these principles into his own teachings. Copeland's message of prosperity theology emphasizes that faith, positive speech, and financial contributions can unlock divine blessings. Copeland's teachings encourage believers to give generously to his ministry, promising that such acts of faith will result in significant financial returns and improved health. The prosperity gospel movement, with its focus on material wealth and physical well-being, has faced significant criticism for its perceived exploitation of vulnerable believers. Critics argue that the movement preys on the hopes of individuals seeking financial and physical relief, promising miraculous results in exchange for donations. Despite this, the movement has continued to grow, with Copeland at the forefront, leveraging his extensive media platform to reach a global audience. Kenneth Copeland's influence extends into the New Apostolic Reformation, a movement characterized by its emphasis on modern-day apostles and prophets who claim to have direct revelation from God. The NAR promotes the idea that certain Christian leaders possess apostolic authority, granting them significant influence over the direction of the church and its members. While Copeland may not be directly involved in all aspects of the NAR, his teachings and influence have certainly shaped its development and continue to be a significant presence within the movement. His television broadcasts, books, and international conferences provide a platform for promoting NAR teachings to a broad audience. As part of the prosperity gospel and word of faith movements, which are connected to the apostolic networks within the NAR, it should come as no surprise that Copeland and NAR prophets collaborate on political strategies designed to establish the divine kingdom on earth. With Copeland's many connections to Branham and the latter rain movement, and considering Branham's ties to white supremacy groups, it should also come as no surprise that Copeland would support a Christian nationalist agenda. However, it is surprising that Copeland's cult of personality continues to send him money, after learning that he was $750 million richer, while they were $750 million poorer, all while being told that they could be rich simply by giving him their money.